So in about February last year, I joined TAM's spiritual companioning mentorship program. So TAM has very kindly invited us practitioners in training to hop on here this week and to invite you into the Sisterhood Circle and to share a little bit about our own experience, which is so wonderful. It's been such a wonderful process for me reflecting on that in preparation for this live. It's reminded me of, how far I've come since working with Tamala, and, the juiciness and the progress that I've made, throughout. I also have been growing my own business, and when I say growing, I mean the foundations of my own business. When I first met Tam, it was I hadn't heard of her programs in any way. I was attracted to her energy and her presence, and her light. And when we got to talking, and I found out that she was about to launch a program supporting women entrepreneurs to I suppose embed new skills and to have the confidence to step out and shine on their own right. And I found it, really challenging, describing to my close friends, the kind of journey that I was on around creating my own business and getting out of my comfort zone. I didn't feel the ability to have my sort of dreams held by these people in my life. So it was kind of a case of one of those examples of not knowing how much I needed something until I actually had it. But that special ingredient was Tamala's support and the sisterhood that I was so blessed to become a part of with the amazing and dear women that I now know and love that were also in the program with me. The value of having my hand held and my back supported and my heart seen by Tamala, but just know that Tamala is an epic space holder, and I've been a coach of coaches for many years. I coach youth workers and coaches and teachers around how to support their young people. So I know a little bit about the mechanics of space holding. However, what Tamala has done for me is role modeled what space holding looks like when you're channeling divine support for someone. And that has just been so valuable for me as a person, firstly as a woman, and very much so as a business owner. So be prepared for to feel completely supported throughout this journey. I've also, it's been such a blessing for me to be on this journey with other women who are, in all different kinds of ways, in our own unique kind of path, all working toward, embodying more of our soul's presence in our lives and shining that out to others and offering our gifts. So, I just celebrate the journey that you're about to sort of encountering in that regard as well, in just the juiciness of being connected to sisters that see you, that feel you, that hear you, and that champion you. So that's something that's been such a blessing for me. So in terms of the nuts and bolts learnings and skills that I've developed in the mentorship program, it's hard to know where to start. One of the key things for me was tapping. I am an NLP practitioner, and so I'm well and truly, aware and passionate about, helping people to understand and how that's linked to their behaviour and their outcomes in life. My own personal healing journey, when I met Tam, I was in the grips of addiction, in various different ways. I was using alcohol on a almost daily basis. I'd get to 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock and just, you know, feel that compulsion to open up a bottle of wine, and sometimes finish it. I was also at the tail end of a chapter of PTSD. About 4 years ago, my ex-partner and I separated. It was very messy, very sort of abusive, and I went into a cocoon for about three years. So when I met Tam, I was just starting to sort of peek out and go, okay, I want things to be different. I want to get out of this now. I'm ready to emerge. I'd done a lot of healing on my own, but there was a piece that was missing. When I started to get into the tapping, the level 1 and 2 tapping, pew, it just blew my mind. It was the piece that I'd been missing for so long, you know, that somatic energetic piece. In terms of the effect that tapping has had on my own life, it's next level. You know, I use it every day. My kids use it. It's such a simple, easy to use technique that really, really works. And the confidence that I now have in having that in my toolkit to support others is just indescribable. You know, in the past, I'd get to a point where, you know, I'd be encouraging someone to open up, and they'd be going to a deep, dark emotional place in some cases. And then I'd have to sort of talk them through that and talk them to a sort of a resolution place. Very conscious of the fact that, you know, as a vibrational practitioner, you know, an absolute, you know, liver of the conscious liver of the law of attraction, you know, as I was doing that and taking them to those deep, dark places, I'm thinking, oh gosh, I'm getting that person in front of me to embody the frequency of that. How it didn't rock with my beliefs. But now knowing what I do about tapping and having that in my toolkit means that I have the confidence to take people through the dark tunnel, because as they go through the dark tunnel and tap at the same time, as some of you will already know, that actually works to transmute that negative emotion and to discharge it and to let it go energetically from our system. So that I have absolute confidence now that as I do that and get to the end of that process, that person is going to be energetically lighter, their frequency will have changed, and that those shadows or those flags that were once going up are no longer the same. That's a guaranteed fact. So that level of confidence and certainty has really been a game changer for me. There's been so many other tools and skills that I've learned, you know, having an awareness of the spiral of ascension and how that works, and having a very easy to understand model that I can not only use in my own mind, but also use as a framework as I'm taking a person through a session or through a coaching relationship, has been invaluable. It's very easy to understand, and it makes a lot of sense. The virtues are another amazing asset now that I have as a practitioner, and also that I use myself. So just on the virtues, I've selected two today that I'd love to offer you as gifts and blessings. Today I sought out 2 cards with intention and came up with the first, which is trust. And I'm not going to necessarily read from the card, but I just wanted to, you know, take the essence of that word trust and convey to you the looking back in hindsight at my own mentorship journey. I know that every single thing, every single interaction, every single masterclass, every single post, all led me to where I am now, which is in a really strong place. So I suppose my encouragement to you, or my invitation to you, would be to just trust and relax that you're here, and because you're here, it means that you're in the right place. And even when and if things get wobbly, because, you know, as Tamala so beautifully reminds us, as we reach an upper limit, it's wonderful. As we reach a trigger, as we understand that, you know, something is pushing our buttons, that's an absolute opportunity for growth and for busting through to the other side, to a treasure that's on the other side. So trust that if you feel wobbly throughout this process, it's a really great thing. That, you know, caterpillars, when they're emerging from their cocoon, have to writhe and kind of struggle against that cocoon in order to bust out and into a sort of a new way of being, new ascended way of being. So to trust Tamala, she's got your back, and she knows her stuff back to front, you know, like just to relax and enjoy. The other virtue that I selected is mindfulness. So when I saw that mindfulness was first on the program, I was a little bit like, yeah, mindfulness, you know, ABC 1, 2, 3. I've got that. You know, I've meditated for years. I know what that is. So yep. I'll just kind of cruise through that bit and get to the more juicy stuff. Well, I was in for a surprise. So it turns out you can never learn too much about mindfulness or apply it too much to your life. The way that Tam sort of scaffolded it throughout our entire program changed my life. It reminded me of the fact that mindfulness isn't just about those pockets of serenity in our day that we sort of set aside to, you know, to meditate or light some incense or, you know, be conscious of the water as we're washing our hands. It's in every moment we have the opportunity to dip into the divine, to connect with our inner spirit, to find that stillness within that has all the answers. And my level of serenity and stillness that I have within has just exponentially exploded over the last 2 years working with Tam. And that level of clarity of mindfulness has now allowed me to role model that for more deeply and fully for my clients. So what I'd love now to chat about is, you know, I suppose a few questions, or offer a few questions to pose to you, to reflect upon, to guide you through your journey. And these are spiritual companioning questions. So the first one that I'd love for you to just sort of ponder is how you would love to feel during this program. So setting your intention around, you know, how you would love to feel, not only at the end of the program, but during, and looking for those, I suppose, instances where you do feel that, and nurturing that feeling wherever you can. The second question is, who would I need to be to get what I most desire out of this experience? So I've already touched upon the fact that, you know, there will be times when your triggers are let off and your buttons are pushed, and that usually means that you're in a safe space to do so. You certainly are in this program. So just to imagine, you know, if you were to, as you are, to get the most that you desire out of this program, how you would like to show up in the calls, you know, how you'd like to show up in the group. Importantly, how you'd like to show up for yourself, because it's truly in the embodiment of the learnings that you get the most out of it. And that's been a personal kind of learning for me. And the final question is, what do I now choose to release so that I can fully enjoy this journey? So it's delicious. You know, when I got to the end of the mentorship program and we were, you know, coming to our last, you know, group circles or master classes, oh, I wished I could turn back time so I could just squeeze the deliciousness more out of the experience. So I just invite you to enjoy every single step of this journey, every single week, to have fun and play and enjoy, because this is what it's all about, this delicious journey. So yeah, ladies, I thank you for your time, and really, really am so excited to see how things unfold for you, and looking forward to staying in touch and to reconnecting again down the track. We are, you know, in this beautiful sisterhood now, and yeah, I'm just so excited for each and every one of you, because your life is about to change in the best possible way. All right, thanks so much, ladies, and have a wonderful, wonderful day.